Hi there, Susan C. And I'm excited because I have an announcement. I have been working on a project now for several months, really over a year, and I'm finally ready to launch it. And I'm going to tell you about it here first. And that is, I am launching a podcast. Yes. Okay. So several of you have asked me via email, are you going to have a podcast? And when I'm at live events, I get moms asking me like, do you podcast? Do you have a podcast? And I've heard you. And I have dealt with the technology side of it. So I have built a team that's supporting me behind the scenes to make this happen. And then I've really, can I be honest, gotten past my own fears of how am I going to say this and how do I pull this all together and how will this work? What you might imagine about me, you might be surprised to know, I do struggle with how to best serve the moms. Like there's so many things I want to say. And how do I get it to them? How do I say this? So when I sit down here to make videos for you, quite often I struggle with feeling like the videos are a little bit too long and trying to say everything I want to say and say it quickly. And I now know that through podcasting, I can take my time and I can say things and it allows you to listen to them, whether you're in the kitchen doing the dishes or in the car running errands or doing carpool or on a road trip or any of that. Like you can take me with you, girl. Like we get to hang out. If you're on the treadmill or walking the neighborhood, you and I get to go for a walk together. I'm excited about that. So look for the Mentor 4, the number 4 Moms podcast. It's available on SoundCloud. It will also be available on iTunes, and you can go in there, get the app, go to the Mentor for Moms podcast and listen to it. I will also, just for your ease, be putting it on my website and releasing the episodes there so you can find them if you ever can't figure out like, where do I go find this stuff again? It'll always be available on my website as well. I'm just looking forward to the fact that you and I will have more time together. And what are we going to be talking about? We're going to be talking about how to be intentional moms. How can we parent on purpose, even when our lives are completely busy? Because this is one thing that I know. Being intentional is uncommon. What's common and what's easy is for us to go with the flow, for us to just take life as it comes, for us to try to constantly be in a state of chaos and trying to just figure things out as they happen. And when you shift and when you enter into that space of saying, I'm going to be intentional about this, I want to be intentional, I know something. I know that it could be offensive to some people around you because they're used to you going with the flow. They're used to you being in as much chaos and mayhem as they have been in. And now you're saying, yeah, you know what? I don't want to live here anymore. I want to step into a place where I feel a sense of calm and ease about my days, where I feel a sense of purpose about what I'm doing, that I have clarity around the decisions that I'm making. I am done feeling overwhelmed, stressed out, frantic all the time. I don't want to live there anymore. And for those people who are used to you living that way, they could be like, what is going on, girl? Like, where are you going? We all live in Chaosville. And you're like, I don't want to live here anymore. I'm switching my address. I'm going to move to a place of being intentional. And I welcome you. And I say, let's do this journey together. Because I'm with you, man. Like, I'm allergic to a lot of chaos and foolishness. Like, I don't want that in my life. I don't want to be in a place where I just want to where I'm constantly feeling like I want to get away from my kids. Like that's not the life that I want to live. Yet, how do I make that work? Well, I can share with you the ways that I make it work. And I can share with you the tools that I've learned over the years that have made this possible. And it's also possible for you. Those are the things we're going to talk about on the podcast. In fact, the first episode is going to be talking about what does it mean to be an intentional mom and how do we make that work. And I want us to be in this journey together where I'm just a sister to you who is further along the road, further along the journey, right? Like we're friends, we're co-sojourners on this journey, and we're doing this together. We're going to step away from the feeling that we need to ask someone else for permission to be great. We're going to stop asking for permission to be clear, to make the decisions we need to make. Like, we're going to get clear on the vision we have for our family and how we can live and walk that vision out. Like, what is God uniquely saying to each one of our households, and how can we honor him in that? That's going to be our ultimate mission. Not checking side to side to see what everyone else is doing, but being inspired by those around us, but committed to the vision that God has given us uniquely. Does that sound like good stuff to you? If so, you're going to want to join me on this podcast. It's going to be amazing. And I'm excited to know you and I are connected. Until next time, bye for now.